Hello, good morning, and welcome to Beldania, episode 7. Today we are a camera down, but not a player down, so please be aware that Bruno is still here, and on that note, today I have playing with me, Bruno.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. I am playing Natasha.
You seem to have pressed the mute button mid-sentence, sir. That's beautiful. You've muted yourself on Discord mid-sentence.
Oh no, is the thing.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm playing Natasha Ayelet, a life cleric who will not be giving you face reactions today and who sucks at technology.
That is absolutely fine. Having had no face since day one, Jamal.
Hey guys, Jamel here, the no longer tired, playing Chiavo, Order of Scribes, Leonin Wizard.
I have Rico.
Hey, it's Rico. I'm playing Torin, the Dragonborn Paladin, Minor Noble.
I have Josh.
I am Josh. I'll be playing Sebastian Belmont, who is a once human, now house cat abjuration wizard.
And our resident bard, Joe.
That would, as usual, be me. I play Hennick Littlefield, a halfling farmer and bard.
Okay, just to recap, last episode we made our way up the river via a barge. On that barge you were taken to the foot of the mountains and you were able to make your way up the path towards the cave, Bristledown Cave, where you had been told to... well, first of all, Sebastian has been on a mission to get there for many weeks. However, now that he's about to get there, he's already got the spell he wants. Nevertheless, he's on a mission to get spell After Image, which is where you first heard about this cave, from the Seekers Guild, who wished for somebody to retrieve a strange bit of treasure from down there. In terms of the rest of you, it was given a mention a couple more times. And it's a place of curiosity. It's definitely somewhere interesting. It's spoken of with deep interest by the Mages Guild. And hey, we were passing it, so why not? And so as you arrive at this, sort of the outside of this cave, the door has been shaped to more of a man-shaped door. It was originally just a wide cave opening, but it's been sort of stretched out so that it's nice and large. As you look at the edge of the cave, there are two sort of ornate metal spiraled stands, on top of which is a flat platform, and then on the flat platform burns a flame of between orangey red, really. I'll take an Arcana check from Sebastian and Chiavo. Either one of you can understand this, whether by instinct or by learning.
21.
Yep, that'll be by learning.
19.
Yep. Either one of those also pass. This is a continual flame that burns upon these
Nice.
two pedestals, and you will see these consistently throughout the cave. So, if you see light, that's why. And what you see is a sort of spiraled entrance that, as you get in, the cave works its way round in a spiral. So you will be turning left on yourself consistently at the beginning. And this is
Running
work.
up or down?
Going down.
Okay.
And this is work. This is done by man. The cave may well have gone down here originally, but it certainly didn't go down in this type of passageway. And as you are all going in, are we all going in?
I mean,
Definitely.
I will be.
Yeah.
Why not? I say why not.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Let's do it.
When did we last eat? Did we eat? Have a little look.
Yesterday.
Do we have any temp HP?
Probably not today.
We do not. So can I have a retrospective?
Did we not have breakfast at the...
Yes, can I have a retrospective lunch from Hennick, please?
Yes, I like to think because I have fishing gear that I was fishing on the barge.
Oh, lovely. Yeah,
I
that's
made a
okay. So
fish
before we do
lunch.
a cooking check, then can I have a sleight of hand check from Hennick?
Oh, sure.
Which for me is sort of a fishing check in a weird way. Well,
He hasn't done it in a while.
you've
9.
caught a minnow. You've caught a very small little fish that.
All right. Well, I've got
it's-
other things to cook.
It's making it tasty. It'll bring some great flavor to the food, but it's not going to be the only thing you can eat. You have to cook some other stuff with it.
All right. Well, then I shall make other things here. I have.
Would we have
plenty of-
Would we have gotten off the barge at some point to prepare this? Like, I think.
Oh,
Torin
well, what would
probably
have happened is
have-
you would have perhaps fished on the barge and then fished when you got off the barge by the river. Then you've had lunch. Then you've walked on up to the cave. So the stats check that I'm looking for. So what are we having?
I think we're having a stew because I'm trying desperately to make that fish invade the flavors of all of the vegetables
Lovely.
and so on.
Fish and vegetable stew. That is wonderful. Can I have a cooking check from you, please?
Yeah, which is what, my wisdom?
Yeah, we must actually make the skill for you as a custom skill, but for now it is wisdom plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay. Well, then I will use my... No, I'm not... Yeah, no, I'm doubling insight, so I better just click the wisdom. Oh, that's a natural 20. 24 total.
Nice.
Fantastic. In that case, you may all click your little buttons as you all eat some... Oh, never mind. The button doesn't do anything for you. I need a D8 with advantage, please.
All right. The better of those. Oh, I must have clicked 10s because it's an... Oh, it added together. Sorry, it's a 6.
Yeah, 6, that's great. That's 6 temp HP each. How over encumbered are you?
6 temp or 6 to our max?
6 max HP modifier. Yes, you are correct. Henrik, have you managed to unencumber yourself?
I put my cooking stuff on the cart
Great.
because
Okay.
it's very heavy. As long as we're going to continue to be able to, or at least as long as I think we might be able to continue to take the cart, it shouldn't be a problem.
I will not force you to abandon the cart in the middle of the wilderness, so that should be fine.
All right.
Okay, cool. As you've all got your 6 increase to max HP from the lunch you had earlier, we will head down into the cave. So, first of all, as you go down this spiral, as I said, it's man-made. It's all kept nice and clear and clean, and you see these sort of continual flame torches, regular intervals. They don't give off any smoke, which is very helpful. Go on.
I would like to cast Mage Armor.
Okay, give me a D4, please.
That's a 2.
That's 6 hours of
I've gone down. Damn it.
today. Have you gone down? What were you at last time? 7?
Oh, I think I was on 7.
Okay, never mind. Then you
Yes,
said 2, yeah? Okay, so I'm adding 2 to my modifier, so that's an 8. You've gone up in modifier. I'll make a note of that. I missed that last time. Sebastian, Mage Armor. You're at a 6 right now. Okay. Cool. So you descend your way down this worked cavern. And then you come out into this large open chamber. In this open chamber, you see that there are markings of various comings and goings. There is in the corner a sort of table with a what looks to be almost a logbook of sorts. It's old and it's dusty, but it looks like it might be to do with the Seekers Guild. And if you head over to it and have a little flick, you will see details of different people who have attempted excavation. But so far, the only passage down is the one that they found originally, which seems to be blocked by various obstructions. And on this table, they have put one singular potion of water breathing. This may help you through the first trial. You may even manage it through the second. But I know not how it helps you in the end. The note that is put under the potion. Other than that, in this open area, you just see that at some point somebody's made a bed here, over in the corner. And sort of at the east side, there is a large passageway that goes down that is natural. This is a natural cavern. And it descends down at quite a steep angle, going in a straight line. And inscribed above this entrance to the passageway, it's a little message. Belief, faith, trust.
Words to live by. Well then, Sebastian,
Yes.
we're here.
You kind of just like see him like looking around, like zoned out. Like, I'm sorry, what? What's
We're here
happening?
now. Perhaps. Well, would you like to lead the way, or?
Sure. This way, and I'll point with his staff and just start walking.
Yeah,
I guess
so-
at this point, as he says that, Natasha's gonna start walking the way he pointed. But I want to cast resistance on myself in case, just in case.
Okay. Resistance being the cantrip, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a reaction.
Everything's
No,
still
it's
lit
an
up
action.
ahead, right?
Has anyone taken the potion of
I'm
water
thinking of
breathing yet?
something different. Yeah, okay. The potion of
I
water
can-
breathing. I'm assuming somebody's just carrying it for now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab it and I'll give it to Torin.
Okay. Torin, as you're holding this potion of water breathing, the path goes steeply downwards. And suddenly, you see what appears to be a glazed effect in front of you. Perhaps a rippling effect. Give me a perception check.
By the way, James, I want to be walking a few steps in front of the party in case there's any traps I trigger.
It's fine.
Should I give you the perception, or should Bruno?
You're the perception.
So
check.
it was a 20, dirty 20.
Marvelous. So yeah, you can see down ahead of you that there appears to be a wall of water. One of Natasha. It's a wall of water.
Mm.
You can't see how deep it goes, but it's all the way across the passage. And this is really like, imagine it just stops like right in front of you. It's not dripping down. It's not anything. It's like statically there.
Careful, Natasha. Appears to be some sort of waterfall in front of us.
I'm not really scared of water, Torin.
Oh, but your clothes might get wet.
Waterfall
And I look down.
is one way of looking at it. Just bear in mind that you can't see the other side, right? This wall of water could be miles deep.
Torin, we fought ogres. I'm not gonna be scared by a little shower.
Good on you. Good on you. I suppose I should take your lead.
So who's gonna lead? Is one of you gonna just step into the water?
What, can I drink the potion before I go in?
Just you? There's only
Can we
one
share?
dose. There's only one dose.
Well, I think at this point I'll look around at the party. I think I may be able to hold my breath all the way through, but maybe those of you with a little less body constitution should drink the potion just in case.
A fine idea, Natasha. Well, perhaps one of us should scout ahead. Did you want to take the lead?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I'm not really scared of water.
So who would like to drink the potion? Is that are we gonna hand it to one of the wizards?
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, I have a smaller body, so probably a lot easier to accidentally
that's
drown myself. So
I'll bend all the way down and hand little Sebastian the potion.
Beautiful. So are you all gonna walk into this water, or are you gonna let one person experimentally go ahead?
I think I don't know that Torin would allow not that he wouldn't allow Natasha, but he would feel compelled to go with her at the same time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So as the two of you step in, Hennick, will you follow?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Sebastian, obviously you have the water breathing potion. Kiava, will you follow?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Brilliant, that's what I like to see. Okay, so you were holding your breath, Natasha, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And your movement speed is 30 feet, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Can I dash?
Yeah, you will be dashing. Well, sort of. You'll be dashing, but you're moving over difficult terrain because you're in water.
Okay.
So, yeah. So as you move your way in, you do see at one moment a fish. A little fish. Woo! Straight past you. There's a little bit of seaweed. As you're in here, it doesn't feel that difficult to move through. You're certainly not floating off the ground. Your feet are on the ground still. All of you. But you make your way through. After about even 15, 20 seconds, it's already getting difficult. I need a con save from everybody other than Sebastian, please. Sebastian, your potion lasts an hour, is that correct?
Let's see, shall we?
I got a 23, by the way.
Yep.
19.
And I'll cast resistance again.
5.
Okay. How are you casting resistance? Does it not have any verbal components?
Let me check.
It is an hour.
Yeah. Pretty sure that you have verbal components with resistance?
Yep. Verbal, semantic, and material.
Are you going to attempt to speak your spell in the water?
I'm alright, my love. I'm alright.
Okay, so the 5, Henrik, is a fail, but it's not a critical fail. So what this means is you're really beginning to struggle for air. Kiava, that is a critical failure. Your breath just explodes outwards. You can't hold it any longer.
I go back.
Okay, are both of you going to attempt to turn back?
Yeah.
Okay, Henrik, and your 25-foot movement speed, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, it's 15 seconds back that way. Henrik, you will make it back, but Kiavo, you won't. And you go to take a breath of the water. I need a wisdom save, please.
13.
13? Yeah, that is a failure. You will go to take a breath of the water. And your lungs fill with air.
And Torin see this happening.
You notice that he hasn't died. And you saw the bubbles out.
Yeah.
But when you went to take that breath, your lungs filled with... You did also see Henrik, like, swimming back madly towards the air and running back madly towards the beginning.
I'll just stand there, or, float there or whatever, and breathe a little.
Yep.
Everything's fine. Can I call out everything's fine, or is it you're going to
yeah,
war?
try. As you shout out, you see bubbles coming out from your mouth, but your words come out completely clearly. Henrik, you are able to hear this. Everything's fine. Does Henrik believe him?
So I just wasted a potion.
Does Henrik believe him?
He does not want to die.
No, I can't imagine he does.
I mean, like, more than most people.
You have made it out, by the way.
He's like, even though, like, obviously if he had really been sputtering, evidently there wouldn't have been real sort of watery sputtering. He's still sort of like almost like faking those motions for his own benefit. Standing around in the cave, looking at this water, and I guess hearing Kiava through it. I will attempt to just stick my head in and not go very far and play around, and sort of...
Brilliant. I need a charisma save at this point to see whether you can cope with this bending of reality.
Sure. About the same, a 10.
Yeah. So 10's kind of like, this is it's both a success and a failure, because you haven't managed to go, okay, this just isn't what it seems. It still feels bizarre to you, but in Henrik's fashion, everything's felt bizarre to you in the last few days, and you've kind of gone, okay, I don't really get it, and I don't really believe it, but I will carry on and cope. And with that, you can step back in. At this point, by the way, Natasha and Torin, there is no way you would manage to keep going any further. But you have seen that Kiavo is now shouting, "It's okay, you can breathe." Do either of you believe him? At this point, I will let you choose on behalf of your characters whether you'd like to make a charisma save or a con save. And that's based on whether you think you would believe Chiavo and attempt to take a breath, or whether you're just going to
I think Torin
try
would
and
believe
hold your
Cavo.
breath. Okay,
Pretty stupid.
so give me your charisma save.
He trusts the wise old Leonin.
And Natasha, would you,
6 con save.
you'd go for the con save. And what was that? Sorry? The number?
Oh, it's a 6. By the way, it's not as much as she doesn't believe him. Natasha's just using this as practice.
Oh, okay. Well,
5 from Torin.
yeah,
by the
okay,
way.
so both of you failed, but they failed in different manners. Natasha was trying to keep holding her breath, but eventually just... She had to take that breath, and her lungs fill with air. Torin, he believes Calvo, but it's very difficult to actually take that breath. And you're near collapsing when eventually your body will instinctively breathe for you, and the air goes into your lungs. Sebastian, of course, having drank the water-breathing potion, has just been breathing naturally all the way through, having a whale of a time. And after about 4 or 5 minutes, you come to the end of a passage of water, and you step out into the air as a group.
Torin will probably still instinctively just take like a huge deep breath. That was exhilarating.
I'm not even sure what I'm saying, but I've been talking the whole way through, just sort of feeling better that now that my voice works, I can tolerate the idea of the water. So this is very interesting. It's very unusual. I don't know. I feel a little better now, but oh my god.
You've all had this commentary as you come through. I love it. And the path is still going downwards. And ahead of you, you see it goes pitch black.
Oh.
Pitch black. Should do I have
Frantic searching.
Dark vision or not, you cannot see there. I believe that
Oh,
Bravo
true.
has
You
dark
have
vision for certain. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that does.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, I think Sebastian might as well.
Yeah, the cats do.
The kitties.
Oh yeah, of course, that would make sense. Yeah, but Torin does not, as far as I know.
No, I do not.
But anyway, those of you with or without dark vision, it is pitch black. Going down any further.
Goodness, it's dark in here.
Frantic searching. I do not have a way to create light.
Yeah, neither do I. If they one of the wizards would have light.
At this point, Natasha will cast Holy Lantern.
Thank you.
Your
Holy
light
shit.
reaches the beginning of this bit of the passageway and goes no further. It does not illuminate that dark area.
Magical darkness. Okay. Well, that complicates things.
Just to give you a bit of concept as well, the passage is approximately 5 foot wide. Any one of you can put your hands out. Sebastian might need to stretch a staff, and Henrik might need to stretch a little bit of sword, but can put your hand and weapon out and feel both sides of the wall. Well, that means you should walk through the darkness. I have no idea, but just letting you know that you can reach both sides of the passageway.
I mean, I don't really think we have much of a choice on that.
You got to remember that I don't know what your characters would do. Obviously, as players, you're going, right, I don't have a choice. I have to keep going. But as characters, you might go, fuck that shit, and walk out. You know, I don't know.
It's true.
Personally, I think Sebastian would be intrigued by this magical darkness. I think he would keep walking.
Yeah.
Torin is gonna-
be determined as well by this.
Okay.
Torin's just gonna bravely walk on. A test of his mettle.
Okay, so as each of you go through, I'd like you to describe to me, one by one, the methods that you're employing as you lead, or as you walk through this darkness. I will start with Sebastian, as he spoke first.
Okay, great. Well, I'd like to lead, and I'll put put my staff like holding it behind me, so that the person behind me can hold onto it, and then they can hold the person behind them's like hand or whatever. That way, we won't.
Okay.
Get
And
lost.
how are you making sure you don't trip over your own face or walk into a wall?
I don't. I just.
You're just going by instinct? Okay, great. I love that. I love that. And what's going through his mind as he goes through by instinct? You know, is he quite confident about this path, or is he sort of?
I mean,
a little
he's not
nervous,
like.
but okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not nervous, and he's not like just walking as if he can see. He's just kind of at a gentle pace going and trusting that if something gets like this close, he'll have some kind of ear twitch or something that will stop him in his tracks. And then just hope that the person behind him doesn't stand on him.
I really like that. Natasha, you're probably the person behind Sebastian's staff in front of you. Explain to me how she goes about trying to keep her footing and perhaps helping the person behind her to follow on.
Natasha doesn't really hold the staff, and she's kind of curious as to why Sebastian decided to go in front of her since she's holding the lantern. So she grabs the lantern and puts it onto his staff so he can guide with the light.
The light, as soon as it enters the darkness, will just disappear.
Huh?
It's
Also,
it's magical
Oh,
darkness,
it's
so as
magical- it's
soon as
magical
that lantern enters the darkness, it's just gone. It's just extinguished. You can't
Oh,
see
so we're
anything through it.
completely dark.
Yeah, which is why Sebastian led the way, because as a cat, he has the instincts, the whiskers, etc., to
Well,
navigate
no.
in the complete pitch black.
Well, not only that,
Can-
but even with Natasha behind me, and let's say the lantern did work, she's still taller than me that the lantern would
Would work.
light
Yeah.
above my head. Yeah.
Okay, then what I will do, I'm gonna cast guidance on. No, actually, I'm gonna cast resistance on Sebastian,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna whistle the song that Henrik sang to us
Hmm.
to make sure that the person behind me knows exactly where I am.
Beautiful.
I don't remember the song exactly, but I'm gonna be whistling it on the way, but very quietly because I'm still wary of vicious ogres that might just pop out and kill me. That's me.
Okay. Torin, you follow next. Explain to me how he's going about keeping his footing and what he feels in this moment as you enter the pitch black.
Corn, I mean, considering how tall and long-lived he is probably just has his arms stretched out to either side of him, sort of scraping them along the walls
Mhm.
to like keep centered within this passageway. And I would think that he's probably just completely trusting in his companions in front of him and just walking.
I love it.
Assuming that if they tripped on something that they would call out.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
just disappear from hearing.
From exactly, yeah.
Henrik,
And he's probably humming along with Natasha as well.
Yeah.
Maybe in his head.
Henrik, as you follow Torin, do you hear this whistling from ahead? What's your ways of coping and what is going through his head?
So he's very tentative, but the last thing did work, and he's gearing up to give himself a crazy talking to about how he needs to. You're never gonna get the things, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try to talk myself into. Got to do this. Got to be brave. I'm supposed to be a brave little halfling, so on and so forth. And he's going. He's just about to actually get to the point where I would consider it him using the heroism spell on himself. But Natasha's whistling is enough, I think, for him to buck up without it. And he sort of settles his wide straw hat on his head and figures that can work just as well as Sebastian's whiskers, and heads on in.
Beautiful. And finally, Chiavo, you have the rear as such. What is Chiavo's feeling about walking through the darkness, and how is he making sure he doesn't fall flat on his face?
Making sure I don't fall flat on my face. I think as a Leonian, I have pretty good balance anyway.
Yep. Okay, so you're just going to trust your catty instincts.
Yeah, and I can always just, reach out and at least have one hand on one wall, so...
And how does he feel walking through the darkness behind his companions?
A little concerned.
Mhm.
Little concerned. But we can always just turn around and run the fuck away, so... Yeah.
Well, running
Worst
would
case
be
scenario.
very ill-advised in pitch black, but walking quickly.
Possible. Yeah.
Okay, and is there any method the group is employing to make sure they can find their way back? Because at some point, right now the path is narrow, but what if it extends outwards?
Well, my hand is on the wall. So that wall is going to be the left
So
wall.
whatever happens, you're going left. regardless of whether your group go the other way. Great.
Yes,
That's brilliant.
actually.
Good
I
luck.
have
Well, we'll say that Torin is trying to like scrape into the walls as hard as he can, maybe to leave
Sure.
some sort of marking or
Which you
groove.
won't be able to see in the pitch black. That's brilliant. Natasha?
But you can feel
Here,
Can I
feel,
see
can
my
hear where
feet?
everyone else
Oh,
is
I see.
going, right? So
Yeah.
Can I see my feet?
No, you can see nothing. Not even an inch in front of you. It is the pitchiest of pitch blacknesses.
Okay, I've got some sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Can I drop the sugar on the floor so that when we step on it, we can feel it on the way back?
Yeah, 100% you can. It's a line of sugar, like one big line of Coke. All
Very
the way
wise.
down in the air. All the way down. Yes, that's how we're going to
Yeah.
be making our way back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Torin will do that on the way back.
King Hansel and Gretel and the Coke
Torin's gonna
train.
sort of, like,
Jesus
take apart
Christ.
his scabbard of his sword and be like,
However, you will need to remove the sugar from your inventory as you're going to be going down this path in a long time, so you will expend the whole of the sugar. You go on for approximately 3.5 minutes in this darkness, just trepidatiously creeping forward, but at no point do the walls move outwards. And you suddenly come through into the light, and it's bright. And as you come into the light, you see that either side of you on the ground is lava. And there is a passage approximately a foot wide across the lava. And you can see that this bridge reaches the other side before this path then goes sharply down again. It is hot in this chamber. But at this moment, I would like... I'm trying to think, who's got the best instincts? Probably Torin. Torin, give me a survival check, please.
that'll be a 16.
Yeah, it wasn't hot. Step backwards into the darkness. Whether that's because the darkness is creating a cooling effect, that's up to you to work out. But it wasn't hot in the darkness. As soon as you stepped out the darkness, it's hot. It's not easy to breathe. The air is hot. The lava is bubbling and occasionally spitting up, and the path across is narrow. It's approximately 60 foot across this path.
Okay. I'll relay the message to like the group, maybe just sort of like muttering to myself. Oh, it's certainly hot in here. That's strange. It wasn't hot just a second ago. Nevertheless, single file. And I think Torin will probably just march on ahead.
Yeah, okay. Sebastian, crossing a lava bridge? How do you feel about it?
I mean, it's not ideal to be, because I imagine this bridge being one of those rickety wooden.
No, it's
Yeah,
a stone bridge.
Where-
This is a stone bridge.
Oh, that's less threatening then. Yeah, then I don't care.
Okay.
No railings, though. No railings, I
Well,
assume.
no, but Sebastian's not going to have a trouble balancing.
Oh,
Yeah,
then yeah, that does make it a bit scarier.
It should be scary, but obviously Sebastian and balance is not an issue.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm careful, but yeah, not particularly threatened.
Okay, Natasha, how are you feeling?
Pretty scared. I mean, it is lava. That's like insta death if we fall in it. So, I am going to cast resistance on myself because he is a cat.
Yep, he is.
So yeah, you can see Natasha's like sweating a little bit in this scenario.
Okay. At this point, before I go to Henrik and to Kiavo, are we employing any group techniques, or are we just winging it and going solo?
How would we employ a group technique?
Well, for example, the lava is about 3 foot below the bridge.
Yeah.
Perhaps you might secure yourselves in a way that means that if one of you falls, the rest of you can take the weight. Or perhaps help each other. Maybe there's a way maybe if one of you has more balance than the others, one of you might cross first. I don't know, but like, I'm just saying, you might want to think as a group before just winging
I thought it was like a pit of lava, and then like where
It's a 60-foot
Wait.
stone bridge over
It is-
a massive, wide
like a
cavern
pool of
full of
lava.
lava. Yeah.
Well, aside
Sebastian,
from trusting balance, I have literally fuck all for this.
I have an
So,
idea.
Yep, go on, Natasha.
Does anyone have rope?
No.
Too heavy
Okay.
for me to bring from the cart.
Everyone, take your shirts off.
Hold on. Doesn't Torin have rope?
Torin does not have rope, I don't think. Let me check.
Really? I'm sure I gave you. No, apparently. Oh, did I give the rope to Hennick, who then put it in the cart?
Yes, the
Too
rope
late for me.
is certainly in the cart.
It would be a
Take a
third
slot.
of what I can carry.
Okay,
Are you
everyone.
familiar with this situation, James?
I mean,
It's
I would
called
like to
Casper's
think, though.
situation.
I would like to think that someone had the mind to bring the rope
I would like to think someone had the
From-
mind to bring the rope too.
from
Torin,
the cart.
can you carry another 10 pounds?
Ooh.
Of course you can,
Let's-
right? Your
yeah,
mind's
yeah,
away from your own comfort. Yeah, I think I will say that Torin would have brought the rope. Like, I didn't realize it was on the cart. Although
so-
taking your shirts off would have been fun, I think we should.
Aw, I was excited to.
Sebastian
take my shirt
only
off.
has one piece of clothing. I think we should use the rope. So yes, you have 50 foot of hempen rope.
I'm going to cast guidance on you for you to go to the other side and hold the rope so we have a way that's more steady to get across.
How would you secure the rope on the other side? With just Sebastian?
Yes.
Good luck, mate.
I'm sorry, what's happening?
He suggests that you walk across with the rope in hand, and then you hold it at the other side while other people cross. I don't know what
When
Sebastian
the
is
dragon
going to do.
ball drops, I go with him.
You go,
and you
"Woo!"
bring
always
him
back.
back.
I will do
Torin-
it.
no,
Natasha
Torin
will
will do
cast. Okay,
Can we
Natasha
not
will
on-
cast.
I think
I'm not
Torin
too
is
bright.
a good bet, or Torin or Kiara.
Yeah, I'm like a nearly 8 foot tall dude. I think that I could probably. Yeah.
I will cast guidance on you so that you may cross swiftly and well.
Well, thank you, Natasha.
Are we tying the rope at the first side? Is that what we're doing?
I think maybe what we should do, considering, is there anywhere to tie it off? Are there any like sort
Yeah.
of like?
On the
stalagmites
other
sticking out of the
side,
ground?
you can see that that there are, well, I mean, and this side, there are those torch holders. They're metal, they're in the ground, and they've got these continual flames on them. If you
So
give
my
them a
plan
yank,
would have worked.
they're pretty tough. So you
Sebastian
can
could have
send
gone.
Sebastian first, yes. It's just a terrible idea for him to hold the rope. He will just go, woo, if somebody falls. But yeah, Sebastian will be able to make it across, and you can probably make a tying knot this side. But my only question is, how good a knot can Sebastian tie, being not very strong?
Don't need strength to tie a knot.
Just to pull it tight, maybe, but maybe the weight will pull it tight.
Sebastian doesn't cross me as the rope tying type, though.
This
This
sure,
is why
I
I
did,
don't
never went
usually-
into the navy, but
This is why I don't usually play someone with a 6 intelligence.
Yeah.
Very hard not to.
Not to be the one who, as a
So,
player,
my
goes,
thought-
you being an idiot.
So my thought on this is, there's two of us here that are heckin' huge, myself and Torin. We could basically be the anchor points, where if anyone else falls off, our sheer body weight and size is enough to have them dangle.
Yeah, but obviously you want to get the rope tied first, right? And then you can start
Yeah.
being anchor points. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
if
fair.
Sebastian's going to go ahead, every 10
Unless we
foot-
just
Go on.
tied to each other. Now that you mention that, Kiavo, we could just tie ourselves to one another.
Yeah, because how long is this bridge?
40
60.
foot.
Oh, 40 foot.
It's,
We barely
it's a
have enough
60
to get
foot
to the other side.
from one side to the other, from where you are, but it's the bridge
bridge
itself
itself.
is only 40 foot. Yeah, because
Gotcha.
it's a
It
10
was,
foot.
it was
off.
half
Oh,
a
so
miracle
rope
we
will-
had the rope.
With the
Now
rope
if we
with all
leave
the
it here-
ties and everything.
Sorry, Jamal. Hold on. Joe,
Alright,
go on.
sorry, yeah.
My fault. I was just, it was half a miracle we even had this rope, and now if we tie it up this way, we won't have it anymore. If we tie it to each other, it'll come with us. That's all I was thinking. That's all.
Mm. And also, if we tie it to each other and or we tie the knots and everything, it's 50 foot of rope, right?
Mhm.
So by the time we've tied all the knots, we probably only have about 30 or 20 foot of rope.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to get across the bridge with it.
You
with
wouldn't
it-
have been
with,
able to tie
tying
it
it to
both
an anchor.
sides. You would only been able to tie it one. Okay, so let's just say that Sebastian, you're leading. Is that correct? You're the most likely to make it across nice and easily.
Yep.
I'm assuming the second person in terms of confidence or crossing is probably Kiavo.
Sure, yeah.
And then Hennick, I would assume, is the next most confident.
Yeah.
I'm basing this off your acrobatic scores, which is a check you're going to
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
make, and it will be acrobatics, not athletics, regardless of who you are. I'm assuming the next in line is Torin, who's probably still in a positive. Yes?
Yeah, but I think that Torn would like to bring up the rear in this case.
Okay, so you're gonna be behind Natasha in case she falls.
Exactly.
Natasha is probably the least suited for this, being neither small nor feline, nor animalistic in any way. So as we lead, Sebastian, I will take an acrobatics check from you, please, every 10 feet.
The dirty 20.
Okay. In second place, Chiavo, an acrobatics check, please.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Well, that went well. Absolutely instantly. He stumbles. I need a strength save from Natasha and Torin. I don't think
Strength save?
yes, to see if you can save him. I don't think there's any point, Henrik or Sebastian attempting to catch them.
Seeing Chiavo trip, I'm tempted to undo my roll.
Does an 18 work?
I need Torrance.
17.
Yes. Okay, as he goes, the two of you... Henrik was just pitched straight over the side with him, right? And the two of you just yank the rope and pull it back. I would say that Sebastian is quick enough, reflex-wise, to just use the slack in the rope to just step back a few steps and not get pulled.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, like, what kind of cat is he?
Yeah.
I don't fucking
indeed,
know.
What kind of cat is he? So as you get back on the track, Henrik, your acrobatics check.
Can I give Henrik guidance?
Yes, you can. He's just in front of you, but you won't be able to then give yourself guidance. Just bear in
Henrik,
mind these
I'm
checks
really
are being
sorry
made
about this.
simultaneously, yeah?
Henrik, you're going first, and I'm not giving you guidance because I don't want to die. I'm
Yeah,
really sorry.
Only one guidance throughout the whole 5, basically, is how it
Actually,
works.
I take it back. I'll give Henrik guidance because I can heal myself.
Sure.
All right, then.
Good luck healing yourself down there.
Listen, I'd rather me die than Henrik die.
Okay.
Well,
I think Hennik's good.
She says to God
not
above.
gonna-
Henrik's good. Yeah.
I'm not going to use the guidance just yet. Got a 20.
Yeah. Natasha, your acrobatics check.
Well,
The
now,
guidance.
let me... Oh, yeah, if I didn't use it, but
No.
I
If you
will-
said you've used guidance on him, that's it. Guidance is gone. You're
But I
concentrating on
will bardically inspire Natasha,
it. Come on,
which
Natasha.
I
You got
believe she
this.
can use for this.
Yeah,
so
you
that's,
can.
That's 6
100%.
instead of a 4.
Henrik, I feel so honored.
This is quite
Thank
sensitive,
you.
actually, because he can't bardic inspire himself. Your check, please, Natasha.
You need acrobatics, right?
I do.
So, and I'm gonna go like kind of bow towards Henrik with my little head and say thank you so much in case I die.
You'll be just fine then.
I don't think so, Henrik. I honestly don't think so.
I don't think so.
Wait, I need to figure out which one of these fucks is a D8. Is this one a D8?
6.
That's a D6.
6, yeah.
All right.
These
I'm
looks
trying
like
to
a normal dice in a Monopoly set.
Oh, like
Like a square one.
Yeah.
oh, it's a D6. Okay. So that's a 4.
Okay.
Can I use the inspiration you gave me, or is that off the books?
You can use your DM inspiration for this. Yeah, I'd love you to.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a bad sign.
All right. So that's a 19. No, that's a 18.
Okay, great. We've made it 10 foot so far, and only Torrin is left to make an acrobatics check, and 2 of you
Oh,
nearly pitched
man.
off the side.
So before this happens,
I just want to tell you guys the DC on this check is not high.
No, I've just rolled atrocious.
I'm scared. No. So
My first roll
Torrin,
is a 2.
Go on, Torrin.
I think before any of this, before we started taking off, we'll have sort of maybe silently said in his head, "Bahamut, give me the strength and dexterity to complete this task," and I'd like to evoke my channel divinity. For Peerless Athlete, gives me advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks.
It does. Beautiful. Roll away. Someone came ready.
I'll take it. It's a 17.
Yeah, easy. Torrin's going straight ahead as we make it to 20 foot. At this point now, if somebody falls, it's going to be a dex save and a strength save, because right now you will all get pitched if one of the bigger people fall.
Fuck.
Sebastian, your acrobatics check, please. And actually, I'm going to say that for Sebastian, given what's going on, you can give me a check anyway. It doesn't... you're nearly at the point you can't fail it. So...
24.
Yeah, okay, great. Sebastian just trundling along, whoop-de-doop-de-doo, Tails keeping him balanced, nice and happy. Chiavo's in second. Chiavo, your acrobatics check, please.
12.
Yep, nice and easy. Chiavo keeps going. Hennick, still under the effects of guidance.
Still not using it for a 21.
Great. Natasha.
Oh boy, I'm actually scared of rolling this.
I should have used some tension music, shouldn't I?
14.
Yeah, that's plenty. Easy. And Torin.
Ooh, not 20.
Great. 2 checks left. Sebastian, as you move the next 10 feet.
So 17?
Yep. Chiavo.
Right. Acrobatics.
No, I changed
Is
it halfway across the bridge.
11.
Hennick. Now, all you want you to roll deception as you attempt to trick this bridge into carrying you across.
We're not actually walking across.
10's plenty.
Well, I
11's
used the
great.
guidance anyway
Good,
for
I'm
11 because I
glad.
was unsure.
Yep. 11 is great. Natasha? Still under the effect of Bardic Inspiration, correct? Or did you use the Bardic Inspiration on
she
your
used
4?
it first time.
I think she used it on the first, yeah.
I did, yeah, I used it on the first, but then I used actual DM inspiration.
Yeah. You used all
So
of
that's
the
an-
inspirations.
That is a 9, my love.
That's plenty. That's fine. And
Oh,
Torin.
God bless.
Yeah, I did say this check is super low. You just managed to roll a 3 and a 4. Your first
Seems
two
so
rolls.
ominous. Oh no. That is
Okay.
incredible. That is
Torin with advantage has rolled a 3. And
Yes.
because it's with advantage, that is quite something. Torin, as you basically you go to put your foot down, and you actually put your foot off the edge. You were so focused on making sure Natasha didn't fall, you forgot to look after yourself, and you will just go. Natasha, I need a strength save and a dex save, please.
Torin, no.
Shit.
Oh. Thorn will scream probably like, oh shit, my foot!
My strength was a 14.
Yep.
My dex was a 10.
Okay. You could have held the weight, but unfortunately you will slip with him. At this point,
Bloody
there is
hell.
nothing the rest of you will be able to do, as Sebastian and Hennick just do not weigh enough to hold the combined weight of Torin and of Natasha.
Hey, I know this is crazy, but can I cast spiritual weapon in the shape of a trampoline below us?
No.
I had to try
No,
it. It's really
no.
cool, really
Okay.
cool.
It's like take a bit of radiant damage. Ow!
As you hit this... Yep, go on.
Would it? I mean, this is kind of a stretch. Okay, yeah, no, I can't do that. I'm gonna try an absorption shield underneath them, but it has to be 5 feet in front of me.
As Torin hits the flames, Torin, I need a charisma save.
It's an illusion.
16?
Fucking God.
Okay, so because as you fell, you sort of close your eyes. You know, fire is probably not the scariest thing.
Not, yeah, I was gonna say,
Torin. So
I breathe fire.
I don't think he's too stressed about this. Like, it's lava, but it's like, shit, I'll just jump out, right? And because of that, you land with more worry for Natasha falling from above you than you do for yourself. And you attempt to lean up to catch Natasha. You catch Natasha and don't even think about it until you realize that your feet aren't hot at all. You're standing on the lava, but you're solidly on the lava. Just like you could breathe in the water.
I believe we've been bamboozled. Again.
Beautiful.
Son of a bitch.
And I'll sort of do
This
like,
fucking mage.
while carrying Natasha, I'll do like a little, like a jig.
However,
Torin, could you please put me down?
Yes, of course. Of course, dear.
even at this moment, it's still going to take a little bit of belief. I will need a charisma save from the rest of you. Just to believe that this really isn't hot.
Thorn is also going to plop Natasha down, like next to him
Okay, well, Natasha will need to make one as well then.
on the lava.
18.
I mean, James, at this point, Natasha's just like, this whole cavern is bullshit. I don't think we need a charisma check because she's just getting pissed.
Nope, I would still like to save. It's
All right, let me roll.
You're
see.
attempting to deceive your own mind, right? What you see is fire. What you feel is heat. But you're not burning.
Oh yeah, I didn't roll. I got a 6. So Natasha's gonna scream, I guess.
Okay, you will take 6 points of fire damage. As your foot slips and goes ever so slightly into the lava. Despite Torin being able to stand on it, your foot is slipping in. I didn't get Sebastian's save.
Got an 18.
You got an 18, Henrik? Got an 18, Kiavo?
11.
Okay, so you three are fine. But Natasha, briefly, her foot slips in and it begins to burn. And then she looks around and thinks, that's... What? No. And you guys will see some steps leading back up to the bridge at the very end of the path. You will be able to walk across the lava.
I'm gonna cast Closing Wounds for 6 minutes as I walk up.
Okay. Yep, as you concentrate on that and you guys make your way across, you're able to make your way up the steps. And you come to a dead end. Here the path ends.
Well, that was worth it.
I think for Sebastian, like the water and now the lava, and nothing really being what it seems to be. I don't want to just walk into the wall, but like I'll put my hand against it.
Yeah, Sebastian, Natasha's full in with you on this. You can see like she angrily walks into the wall.
I need a dex save from both of you. I'll take yours at advantage, Sebastian, as you're only putting your hand in.
That is a 10.
That is a fail. By quite a long way. Yeah, you're fine. That is the DC. Natasha, as you run headlong into this, you just stumble through and fall into a cavern.
As I fall, I'm gonna turn back and say, I knew it!
None of the rest of you will be able to hear, but you do see that Sebastian's hand is currently in a brick wall.
Well, isn't that just a thing? I'll just...
Where did Natasha go?
I'll turn around so my back's against the wall, and I'll just whisper to everyone, "It's all an illusion," and I'll walk backwards into the wall.
Okay.
I mean, I think we're forced to follow. We're not tied together still.
Yep.
Yep, okay, fine. So you all fall into this cavern, and you see the path again goes down, and then it levels out. And then it falls off, just tumbles off, and you see a vast drop beneath you.
Right. Can I take my staff cane thing and just like tap on the air over the edge?
Yeah, your staff goes straight down, straight through the ground, straight just through where the ground would be if it continued, if it was an illusion.
Okay.
No,
What
this
about
path ends.
if I kneel down and put my hand on it, or try to put my hands?
It's just you're literally going into air. Go on, Sebastian.
Right.
Wait, can you just describe the room again?
So,
for me?
okay, you've come. Well, it's not a room. You've come down a narrow passageway again, right? And then it just tumbles off into nowhere. There is just vast darkness beneath you. Kiavo's trying to touch where the floor would be if it was an illusion, and it's going straight down.
What?
Yep.
Is there anything above us?
So
Is it darkness?
As you look up, no. As you look up, you see that the ceiling continues. It's just the floor has dropped off. Approximately 60 foot across, you see the path resumes. And you see that it looks like it's broken off. I will, however, take a perception check from Kiavo.
Perception. Okay.
Oh no, is this going to be some kind of
insane.
Squid Game level crossing a bridge?
Okay, so as you are looking around here and you're padding the darkness, which is... It falls away into a vast nothingness, but you do just at the bottom see that there is a roof. A roof? No. At the bottom, sorry, you see that there is a rock ground floor. It is a long way down, maybe 250 foot. But as you look around, you do notice that there are some sort of smaller rocks that are on the ceiling above you that are not falling.
Okay. Does it make like a shape or a path or something?
No. They're touching the ceiling.
But are there enough that if they came down, it would make a path?
No, just a couple of small pebbles here and there.
I'm sorry, I don't quite get
Pebbles,
that.
pebbles are the ceiling, eh?
Yeah.
Pebbles on the
I
ceiling.
mean, I get it, but I don't know if Henrik sees what's up.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know that Torin would understand.
Torian, I would say, is instinctive enough that he might. I will agree with you, Joe. I think Henrik perhaps couldn't, but I am looking for Kiavo to solve this if possible.
I kind of don't get the description. I need the description.
There's a couple of small pebbles that are on the ceiling that haven't fallen.
Yep.
Oh,
And then there's a vast chasm of nothingness underneath you. Underneath it. I will take a soul from Sebastian. That is fine.
I think I get it as well.
Okay, go on. One of you. What are you going to do to test your theory?
I will rummage into my bag, and I will take out a piece of string.
Sure.
No, that's not. I'll take out a candle.
Okay.
And I'll just throw it into the cavern, expecting it to go up.
How hard are you throwing it?
Just a gentle toss.
Okay, as you gently toss it, it just dwindles down and falls down. But not quickly. Like, it's floating down.
So if we take a run, a jump, if we go quick and far enough, by the time we come down, we could reach the other end.
Maybe? That's the theory?
Seeing him do this, I would like to take one of my stones and just toss it also, but trying to actually get it like closer to the ceiling to see if the effect is stronger if we would go along the ceiling.
Thank you.
Since I'm a stone tossing guy, I think it's fair.
As you flick it, because you've given it some welly, it breaks through what appears to be a sort of squishy barrier at the beginning. And then it falls upwards, as if the gravity is on the ceiling, not the floor. It's the speed that you threw it at that made the difference, but whether you can tell that directly from the rock, I have no idea. However, you will, as a character, again, have to suspend what looks real.
Right.
To do this. I would say, Sebastian, you're probably the only one capable of going first in this situation, seeing that. Well, you spent your whole life dabbling in illusion and silliness and magic
this is
nonsense.
Sebastian.
It's
He's having a
very
lot of
Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian's having a lot of fun here. So Sebastian's gonna like take steps back. He's gonna run up, and then as he gets to the edge, he's gonna use his staff to vault himself like higher and further.
Okay.
makes
Make a
sense.
dex save, please.
$14.
Yeah, you vault halfway across and then fall on your head onto the ceiling. You will take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, there goes my 10 HP. Oh no,
It's not 10 HP. You need to put it in as your maximum HP modifier.
Okay, well, it wouldn't anyways because it would go off my arcane ward.
Oh, that's a
What?
weird interpretation, but I suppose
Well, yeah,
by
'cause
logic
it
it is
goes-
a thing.
Because it goes arcane ward, and then 10 HP, and then health. I don't know why you're giving me that face.
How is a shield blocking you dropping on your head? Alright, cool, I'll take it.
You're talking about how is it blocking you?
Actually, have you
Shield
cast
popped up on his head.
Have you
Protects his
cast an
dome.
abjuration spell yet, Josh?
Yeah, I cast Mage Armor as we entered here.
Cool. Alright, yeah, I will take it, but it does seem very weird, that a shield has blocked you from bumping your head.
It blocks damage.
Okay, yeah, I know mechanically it makes sense. It just physically seems very weird. Alright, having seen Sebastian leap out and fall on his head, I think probably Natasha, you're probably next up, because you've had it with this place. How is
she's
she
just
going to
tired.
attempt to cope with this?
Cope with the gravity.
The gravity has switched upwards after he broke through the barrier.
I mean, I think she would just go up and like try to hold on? Like, do I have to hold on to something, or can I just stand there?
How would you get yourself from standing on solid ground to standing on the ceiling?
Oh, so I need. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, so
So
right
I
now you're standing facing forwards, and now the ceiling will become the floor, but there's no sort of transition period. It's sort of I mean, Sebastian just took a leap and then fell on his head onto the ceiling.
I think she would do the same.
Mhm.
She would just jump, but I think I'm gonna try and get my armor to take most of the impact.
So you're
and
going to
like,
jump knowing you're going to fall.
belly flop.
Yeah,
basically.
okay, great. So you sort of take a dive almost and then slide along your back onto the floor ceiling.
Yeah, that would be fair.
Great. That's absolutely fine because you sort of slid forward. You weren't expecting to land below you. You were expecting to land above you, so that's absolutely fine. Torrin, seeing this, what's your plan?
So Torrens, seeing that his companions have just sort of jumped into the ceiling and feeling quite athletic at the moment, is going to just like do a backflip.
You're going to attempt to flip and land feet upwards.
my feet.
I love it. Give me an acrobatics check with advantage.
I have a question, James.
And roll me a 2. Yes?
With
I
all
hope
this, we can kind of assume magical things happening. Would me and Chiavo, and I guess any other spellcasters, be able to use seeing these effects into making spells?
No, I think the deception is so... It's not like an illusion spell, right? That goes away when you understand it. This remains in place. You're suspending your belief in what is real to you. It's not necessarily a magical thing. If you can find a magical spell that does that, let me know. But I wouldn't say things like Major Image. There is a spell that you can learn from this place because of these illusions, but you're nowhere near the level you need to be for hallucinatory terrain. That's all I can give you on that one. Anyway, so what was your backflip score?
18.
18? Oh, yeah. Hennick,
yeah.
seeing Torrin just backflip his way onto the ceiling. How do you feel about that? What's your plan?
I think stop clicking on random ads, stupid thing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to do it, and maybe not that I can mechanically, but in Hennick's mind, try to harness whatever little bit of mental control, mental control of objects he's been generating lately to sort of soften myself and get myself oriented. But I'm pretty agile too, so I'm just gonna leap out there and try to do it.
I think Torrin would probably be facing his Cavo and Hennick and sort of just like making sure that they're gonna.
Okay, yeah, with that,
I'll aim for Torrin.
Hennick comes over a bit sideways, but you sort of ride him. Chiavo, how are you attempting to make this leap of faith?
I'm gonna try to do something a little bit stupid. I'm gonna try to jump and see if I can rotate myself in the air. Using.
Oh, you're gonna do exactly what Torrin did and attempt to do a backflip. Well, go on then. Do a backflip.
Well, not necessarily a backflip as such. I could do a front flip instead, but a half flip or something. Yeah.
Give me your acrobatics check.
Barrel roll.
Because staying on the bridge went so well for you.
That's a 7.
Okay, you sort of leap off, and then, like, spiraling split legs just appear towards Torrin, who sort of grabs you and stands you as you're all over the place. But you do make it onto the... You do make it onto the
I
ceiling.
respect the attempt, Cavo.
Okay. Sebastian,
Maybe
as you
I
lead the way
overestimate my
across...
capabilities.
As you lead the way across, this path goes, as I said, approximately 120 feet. You get over this 120 feet, and you see the ground reappear in front of you.
Like above your head, like right ways down.
Yeah, exactly. Right ways down.
Okay.
What's the plan? You're just gonna leap down and try and turn yourself in the air?
Well, cats can usually do that
Yeah.
pretty effortlessly.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I'm not going to ask for checks from you guys. I just wanted to know what Sebastian's approach was to it. And yeah, you guys all sort of tumble on down back to the main floor.
I'd like to, because I am a cat, I'd like to land superhero pose.
Absolutely fine. So as you guys arrive at what is another sort of dead end, this wall has a portrait on it. Well, a portrait is a wrong way of putting it. It has an image on it. And this image is made up a bit like a chessboard of black and white squares, but these black and white squares aren't in chessboard fashion. In fact, right now they're in sort of a very strange and disoriented pattern. Sort of is 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. And so you've got most of the white squares to the top right, and most of the dark squares to the bottom left. And as you look at this image, Sebastian, it resolves itself into a black and white square image of your face. Like a mirror, but not a mirror. And then I will ask you to roll initiative, each one of you, please. But we're going to go one by one. So Sebastian, you're first. Sebastian, you got a 17, correct?
Yes.
Okay, this black and white square cat jumps out in front of you. And it got less initiative than you. What do you do about it? Mr. Zilla, you with me?
I'm just writing.
Okay.
He's doing the math. He's doing the maths.
I'm counting how many lives I've got left. So is this form aggressive? Is it going to attack?
Oh yeah, it's attacking you.
Right, so there's no talking it down or anything like that.
No.
Okay, cool. Then I suppose I will. So I'm going to cast mirror image. So my the crystal on my staff vibrates, and then my body vibrates, and then 5 more of me come out of my body.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, and you notice that the opposing black and white square cat becomes 5 black and white square cats as it casts mirror image.
My goodness, 10 Sebastians.
And well, you can't see this.
Oh,
None of you
okay.
can. Okay, so Sebastian, we'll leave you there. Next in line was Torin. Torin, what was your initiative, please?
22.
Okay, you see a black and white checkered dragonborn leap out at you, rapier in hand, like it's going to attack you. You recognize that rapier? It's your rapier. It looks exactly like you.
So Torin will sort of draw his rapier and point it towards him, I guess.
Yep.
Say, "On guard, you handsome devil." And I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and make a strike against myself for a 15.
You know that hits.
I do know that hits.
Give me some damage.
So he'll do sort of like a fancy little flourish. Oh, jeez. And hit him for 12 damage.
And in an exact mirror replica, he will spin his rapier out. You will take 12 damage.
I'd like to point out that I definitely tried to aim at the point in his shoulder that he just keeps getting fucked up in.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then he will do the same. Aim at the point in your shoulder where you keep getting fucked up. I will come next to Hennick. This little halfling jumps out at you. Your initiative was?
21.
Okay. Yep, he sort of jumps out at you, and he looks like he's about to hit you with that short sword scimitar that you got given.
Right. Well, I'm going to look at him, admire him for a moment. But considering his appearance, just so I don't know, I'm not too worried about you. You look a little checked out, and cast hideous laughter on him.
Okay. That is a DC 13 whiz save.
Yes, correct.
I'm weirdly rolling on your sheet. He begins to crack up in laughter. However, as he cracks up in laughter, you will also fail your wisdom save, and you begin to sit down in front of him, laughing. As the two of you sit there,
I'm
laughing away.
hilarious.
Chiavo, you see a...
Do I hear him laughing and it sounds
No.
horrible?
You do hear him laughing, yes. You just hear Hennick laughing. But you see a checkered lion leap out at you. Your initiative, please.
That's a 14.
You'll go first.
So, it's just a checkered-looking version of me, right?
And it's leaping out and it looks like it's going to attack you. It's holding its hands up in a spellcasting motion.
Then I shall just try to sidestep. If it's leaping at me, just sidestep it.
No, I mean, it's leapt out and now it's casting at you.
Then I'll just hold my action.
Okay. He holds his hands ready in spellcasting motion. Waiting for you to make the first move. Natasha.
And I'm not, I'm waiting for him to cast.
Natasha. As you see, Sebastian is split into 5 Sebastians. Hennick is laughing maniacally. Torin appears to have taken a sword gash to the shoulder while swinging his own sword at thin air. And Chiavo is holding his hands up in a sort of ready mode for casting. I don't think Natasha is the same as the rest of you. I think Natasha's instinct is to protect before anything else. Moment.
Good job. You understood my character.
So as you stand at the ready, you see an image of your self in black and white checkers, standing shield forward, watching, as if watching her allies. But you don't see those allies.
I got an 18 on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think seeing that everyone's kind of going in madness and I see myself, can I approach myself?
Okay. As you approach yourself approaches you.
Can I lower my shield? Well, can I lower her shield?
You lower both of your shields.
Can I, this is hard to explain without the camera, but can I, put my hand up and see if she puts her hand up?
She does.
Can I touch it?
Yep, your
Can I
hands
touch it?
meet in the middle. And as
Can I
that
shake her
happens,
hand?
well, as your hands meet in the middle, you will actually exchange places. And now you look over your party members as they face you. And you stand with a small mirror between you and them. But the mirror reflects towards them, not towards you, like one of those two-sided mirrors you can see from behind.
Oh no, they're trapped.
At this moment, you are able to reach through the mirror.
Could I use my action to maybe break the mirror instead? And shatter this invisible barrier?
I will tell you for
between
free that no matter how hard you hit it, it won't break.
Alright.
Because instead you will reach through it. Right, so your weapon will just go through the barrier.
Who's closest?
It's not about who's closest. As you notice, the 3 of them are in a fight with themselves, in one way or another. But Chiavo stands calculating. You would be able to reach out to Chiavo in this moment and pull him through.
I would like to use my action to grapple Chiavo then.
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah.
And as my free action, may I say, guess what, everyone? It's another illusion.
They won't hear that. But Chiavo will be pulled through. And you will all see that to your sides, Chiavo and Natasha, you saw Natasha sort of reach her hand out and it looked like she was opening a fridge. And there she was, gone. Chiavo, you notice, just sort of got yanked through. At this moment, Sebastian, you notice that you know, there's 5 of you, there's 5 of checkered you. And you've just seen Natasha and Chiavo sort of disappear through the wall in front of you.
Okay, so the reason why I cast mirror image was to see if it copied me.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was preparing for a fight.
Because mirror image is very mirror-y image. It was I like it.
But seeing if I saw Natasha reach her hand out and then disappear, I'll do the same.
Okay.
And I'll have all mirror
5 mirror images
will touch each other.
Will also touch each other, and you see briefly that all the mirror images do this sort of brief dance in it's sort of this sidestepping motion, you know, like they just experimenting with the idea of being able to move with itself, but Sebastian will step through. At this moment, it doesn't take a rocket scientist for Torin to work out that he also needs to lower his weapon and step through. Hennick, however, how long have we got left on the Titanium's laughter?
A full minute. I'm
Right.
incapacitated.
You
Although
guys-
I do redo the save at the end of every round. I
You
guess.
guys watch as Hennick for a moment just sits on the floor laughing, and then eventually he pulls himself back together and sort of notices, oh shit, everybody's gone through, well, okay. And then he's able to reach his hand out to himself and pull himself through, and you all find yourselves in a singular, well-lit room. It's a circular room. And at the back of the room stands a lectern. Do you all know what a lectern is? Does anybody need that explained? Okay, cool. So it's like the thing a priest reads off of. It's got a...
Pedestal.
Everybody calls
little
it
like
a
a
podium,
pedestal.
but it's not a podium.
Yeah, it's like a podium. It's got a... It's tilted 45 degrees to put a book on it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Okay, we all know where we are now. And on it is a stone tablet. Other than that, the room is nearly empty, but over to your right, you see a strange, glowing, painted image on the wall.
How big is this?
Big as what?
The thing on the wall.
The image on the wall? It's size of a small painting, perhaps 12 by 12 inches.
Okay. Is it sort of inscribed into the wall, or is it just like... letters
It's
on the wall?
definitely painted on the wall, but it's painted with magical writing as it's glowing.
Right.
This
So
would
if
be
I
the
were
after
to-
image that you were told
Yep.
about.
So if I put out a piece of parchment...
Regular parchment?
what's the largest length of parchment that I could possibly have?
Got a piece big enough.
Okay. I'd like to pull it out and try to sort of hold it over the thing. Does the light sort of shine all through the parchment, or is it stopped the glow completely?
It stops the glow. The light's not that bright. There may be like a very faint glow of like light in general, but nowhere near any way that you could make out the lines themselves.
Right. Okay.
What's Sebastian doing at this moment?
He would. Sorry, what spell did you say was on the wall? Mirror
I
image.
didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
I said there's a strange image on the wall.
Um.
Magical.
Yeah. I would assume that Chiavo, being the big bookworm that he is, he'll head over to the tablet. So
He
I'll.
hasn't. He's gone over to the magical image on the wall.
No, I more mean he would probably want to go over there.
Okay.
So I want to go inspect the.
Magical image.
Yes.
Okay. You were told that there was a spell here, and you recognise this to be the marks of a spell. You could write it into your spellbook if you wished. That's about all I've got for you.
Okay, what is it?
It's after image.
Right. Oh wait, after image. Okay. Yeah, I'll write it into my spellbook, and I'll also make a rubbing of it.
You won't be able to make a rubbing of this. There is no. It's not engraved. It is just magical light.
That's what I was looking for,
you
yeah,
can't make
because
a rubbing of it. That's the problem.
yeah,
'Cause it's not engraved. It's not ink. It's not. It's just light. You were told of this problem before you went in. They said to you that.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll write in my spellbook, but I'd also like to use a piece of parchment to write down how to get through each room,
Oh, okay.
and then sell that information to the guilds for coins or scrolls.
Fine.
would-
And Hennick, what are you two doing?
I-
Sorry, that was challenging because I then made you two decide
Yeah.
who's going to go first. Go on, Torin.
I was going to say, considering the two cats are currently looking at a magical image on the wall, I'll probably approach the lectern and see what this slab is saying on it.
Okay.
Not that I can interpret it really, but
As you look at this stone slab, what language would be most natural to Torin? Would it be Draconic or would it be Common?
think common considering he's grown up in Sandringham.
Okay, so it's written in Common.
He definitely learned Draconic from his parents, but it's probably like he's more comfortable reading and writing.
But I will say that if Hennick was to stand there and look over your shoulder, he will see it in Halfling. Just out of interest. But I think that the one person who, as soon as they see this, it's gonna say teaching 5 of 27. Read. And I think perhaps, although some of you wouldn't, the rest of you might read it out. As you pick up this tablet, you see that there is still a tablet on the lectern. But you're also holding one. And it is physical in your hands. It says, faith. Go forward in faith, in belief in yourself. He who believes in himself is armored from the world around him. An illusion can only hurt you if you believe it is real. Have faith in what you believe. If you've made it this far, you had faith. What it says. There is a small note next to it that somebody has clearly written. They've scrawled it down in common. As next time, try walking through the cave with your eyes closed. As actually, all you have done in this entire cave is walk in one straight line. All the way from start to finish. If you had have done it with your eyes closed, there would have been no challenges. So, that's the message and the teaching of the day. But it does say teaching 5 of 27, and it is not signed by anyone. Chiavo, I come to you. What are you doing with this?
So I would like to look at each sort of character in this image on the wall.
Yeah, you don't really recognize any of them.
Prestidigitate, if I can, an identical copy of each character one by one in front of the thing, about say 10-20
I
centimeters.
think you need to reread prestidigitation.
Oh, I can't actually
You
sort
can
of.
only do 3 of these at a time.
I'm looking to do one at a time though, like one and then stop.
One and then stop. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm looking to do one, inscribe the character on the piece of parchment as I put it up against the wall, copying it down, tracing exactly along the lines. Stop.
You can
Do
make
that
an
bit by
exact
bit by
copy.
bit until I get the exact copy.
You've got an exact copy, and your exact copy does nothing.
That's fine. At the very least, I can say this is exactly what's on the wall. It might do something. It might not. Someone might be able to figure it out. Someone might not. But this is it.
Okay. What about after that? Do you make a copy in your own spellbook?
If I can. If I can.
As you begin to inscribe these runes into your spellbook, it begins to write before you do. The ink filling up the gaps before you have managed to finish the picture. And before long, you've barely finished the second rune and the whole scroll image is there. And your spellbook speaks. It says, one of the Parthian images.
Parthian?
Number 5 of 27, I believe.
27?
I didn't know you were following the path. You would have heard them read out that teaching 5 of 27 is faith. To go forward in faith. I didn't know you were following the path.
Hang on, teaching 5 is faith, you say?
Did you not stop at number 1?
No. No, I haven't started with number 1. This is the first one, number 5, apparently.
How did you learn of the path?
By pure chance and coincidence.
Right. So, with similar incompetence, you have stumbled upon something of magnificence. Well, instead of wasting your time, perhaps at some point we should visit the rest of these so that you can get yourself at least somewhat of a decent education. There are 27 teachings in all. This was a wise monk, moon elves, who travelled with a wizard at his side. Behind them they left a teaching and a spell. They grow in power as you go from 1 to 27, and each time you must pass a test to receive the rewards. They're scattered all over the lands of Beldania. And yes, that was not a mistake. It does say Beldania.
Ah.
I will spell that for you.
Okay, that's interesting. So, how many people have you witnessed take this path?
My first 2 mentors took this path. My third one disregarded it as unnecessary.
Interesting. And how many mentors in total?
I've only had 3 mentors in the past.
Ah,
When
Okay.
your mentors live for a couple of millennia each.
you don't have much time to have many.
Regardless, I think I've had enough of your stupid questions. If you're interested into the locations of the paths, I will provide them with maps. And then
Sure.
it just sort of shuts its mouth, its little eyes close, and it's done with you.
Wow.
However, with this book, you may be able to show somebody the true copy of the spell so they can copy it from you.
Oh.
As the light is part of the spell. Your spell book was able to light the runes after it had filled it in, unlike the copy
Oh.
on the paper, unlike Sebastian's copy. Sebastian can learn the spell, he just can't reproduce a copy for someone else.
Oh.
However, you might have to have that conversation with your spellbook at some point, as it's not something that it will be delighted in doing. I think,
Not delighted in starting me down the path? Okay.
No. Oh no, it'll tell you where the first path is. It's just not happy to share the Parthian spells with people without them passing the tests first.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Go on, Sebastian.
I get that.
I was gonna ask if Kiavo was relaying this information to us,
I would say so.
and I was gonna ask him to ask the book something, but the book's gone back to sleep. So
Yeah, perhaps there'll be time in time. But the reason why I've cut it short is that I would like to ask if we could do a round of MVPs and then we will do some... Actually, you know what? I think we may actually just end the session with Bruno in the cave as we are. I think that might be a better way of doing it than missing out bits and doing 2 rounds of MVPs or whatever. I'd really like to get some feedback on how you guys are feeling in this moment. But for making it through the very first of the Parthian tests, each one of you may take an attribute point and place it where you wish.
Whew.
You will also all gain a point in acrobatics. Congratulations, you made it somewhat across the bridge.
Somewhat.
Yeah, and I will come first to... Where do we come to last? Joe.
Oh, well, yeah, it sounds self-serving in a way, but I gotta go with Natasha wanting to whistle the song.
Oh, that was beautiful. I think that's a lot of people's MVP.
Yeah, perfect for the moment and helpful to me figuring out what to do with myself as a character. So excellent.
Yeah. To Josh.
for me, it was the kind of pep talks that Henrik was giving himself. It was really nice insight in his character and how he was like convincing himself to deal with these kind of outlandish things that were happening in front of him. Yeah, it was just interesting.
Rico.
You MVPs. Natasha whistling Hennik's tune was brilliant.
Mhm.
I thought that was really good. Hennik telling his mirror image copy that he seems checked out.
Yeah, that was a beautiful line.
Fucking hilarious. And Thorin for being able to fucking backflip onto a ceiling. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, no, I can go with that. Jamal?
I am going to have to go with being a complete and utter incompetent in terms of my roles
Mhm.
and failing on 2 things in a row back to back.
And Natasha, Bruno.
I always love character progression, so thanks for the attribute point. That was one of my favorite parts. But on the topic of self-serving, when Torrin said, "It appears we have been bamboozled," really made me chuckle a lot. And I also really enjoyed Sebastian every time he was like, "You know what? I think I'm just gonna untie the rope if I see anyone falling." That was very funny. And then Josh, every time Josh speaks, it cracks me up because it's always like everyone's like, "Let's help each other," and then there's Sebastian like, "Let's help me."
Yep,
So,
I
yeah.
love it. I agree.
That's mine.
Okay. I do have. I had actually 4 MVPs. Natasha whistling Hennick's song, and Sebastian untying the rope, and the bamboozle callback. And my last one was Jonai seeing that the dead end, just going, well, that was worth it. That really made my day. I wish we had have just stopped there, just gone, well, that's the end of the cave, and turned back. That would have just made my day. Yeah, and also like this bond and like all of you trusting each other as you went through the darkness was really quite something. However, I do have a couple of extras to give out. Throughout this episode, Natasha sort of bravely went face first into things, despite the fact that perhaps she wasn't originally the leader. So I would have decided that perhaps for running into a wall, we should give you aggressive healer.
Is that a feat?
It is. Having spent much time and thought on your healing abilities, you realise that occasionally they'll be more effective when applied forcefully.
Thank you.
You may make an attack when you heal people and do various things with them.
Much thank you.
For Sebastian, for his instinctive leading in the darkness, and for his ease of traversing the more acrobatic areas, you may take the agile feat. And for Jodai, for Hennick, as they all whistled and hummed your tune, you may take inspiring leader.
Oh, delightful. Thank you.
Nice.
I think those all make sense. And finally, for Rico, for Torin, for slashing yourself in the injured shoulder for 12 damage, you may take Savage Attacker.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yes, ouch indeed.
Savage.
And finally, to our lovely friend Kiavo, looking for where this is.
Nothing. It's
For
nothing.
your learned time of your bookish study and for basically being able to make a first copy and finding the path of the Parthians, you may take Bibliophile.
Hey!
Which is, yeah, all about them readings.
Nice.
So, a feat today and an attribute point to put where you like. Time to celebrate for a nice 2-hour trip. That was nice and quick. I'm sorry to have hauled you out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning for an hour and 45-minute episode. But I think it's probably best that we cut there and don't lose anything for Bruno. We all travel together.
Sorry, did you just say we also get an attribution point?
Yeah, so you all got an attribute point. I told you that at the end, earlier on. If you're making it through the cavern. And to the end. And of course, you will be aware now that you may, if you wish during this campaign, seek out teaching 1 to 26. Or 1 to 4 and 6 to 27, actually. If you ask the spellbook nicely, it will give you maps.
Nice.
So, unless anybody else has anything else to contribute, I think we shall call it there.
I had a lot of fun today.
Good.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, very much so.
If you guys
thank
would like
you.
to say goodbye,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
we shall see you soon.